Hey guys, my name is Fred, and today we're going to be doing Heroes of the Storm tier list. I've been playing this game since Alpha, and I still love the game, and I just wanted to give back to the community by making a tier list of my favorite and least favorite characters. Starting off, Phoenix. I think Phoenix goes in great. He's missing a little bit of something, but I think he's unique with the shield he gets that he gets back after a little while. I like that he has two different modes of attack. I think Cracker is iconic, and not much else to say. I'm not a big Phoenix player, so maybe that's why he's just great for me. Next, we have Imperius. I'm gonna put Imperius in future classics. I think he's already brought so much to the game. I think that his CC capability as a bruiser is strong. I think that he, as a solo tank, is interesting, and just a really great bruiser. He just needs a little bit more time to become a real classic. Maiev, I'm gonna put. Um, I think I'll put her in. It's a hard one. I think I'll put her in great, just because I'm not a big Maiev player. But I think her CC capabilities as an assassin are just. I'm gonna put her in the same category as Imperius. I think she's gonna become a future classic. I'm not a big Maiev player, so that's all I have to say about her. Mal'Ganis is just great. I don't quite see him becoming a future classic. He feels like he's around that Arthas level of tank now, where he isn't very popular. But he's just great. I like his lifesteal, and he has that unique ult where he swaps life, which is interesting. But and his sleeping is unique as well. Next, Orphea. I think Orphea is at the top of future classics. I'm tempted to put her in classics, but I love how at lower levels uh, she just crushes the lower level players. 1v3s are possible, and her design, the way her abilities flow, and the way it's just a Nexus character and they came up with her is really just a really strong design. I really like her mobility and everything. I'm not a big Orphea player, but yeah, I think she's gonna be a future classic alongside with Kel'Thas and the rest of the mages. Let's see. Next we got Whitemane. I think Whitemane is okay. She didn't quite take off, and I feel like she's a little bit like Malfurion. Not super unique to me, but Thunder Thighs, that's a plus. But she's just okay to me. Not a big Whitemane player. Abathur is absolutely goated. He's one of those heroes that makes heroes just that unique MOBA, which I'm sure is all why we came to this game because it's just so unique to the other MOBAs. I love that you don't actually need to be there to make a big impact. You can sit at base. You can copy a hero. You can evolve monstrosity. You can have mines. Oh, he's just so unique, and there's just been so many different phases with Abathur with um, the phase where you would backdoor the core and all this. So he's just goated for me. Alarak goes in. Let's see. I'll put him at the top of great. I think he's a really difficult character to play super well. He feels really powerful in the right hands, but he lacks that, I don't know, fluidity. How can I say this? He's just great. I don't think he's quite a classic for me. Alex Strazza, I'm tempted to put her in classics. I'm gonna put her in future classics, just at the top of it, I think. Um, I love her ability that everyone needs to group up to heal. I love her becoming a dragon as a trait. Love that she has ability to do damage and the theme overall. And she was the first dragon, right? Well, unless you count Arthas. Yeah, future classics. Anna, we'll drop her in great, at the top of great. I really like that you have to aim all your healing and that you can negatively impact the enemy's healing and boost your own healing. And Nano is really great too. She just lacks in like sometimes she can be not as fun to play because you can't really heal yourself and your mobility is really weak. But the sleeps are cool. Yeah, she's all right. Anduin, I think, goes in future classics. We'll put him at the top. We'll actually put Orphea past Strazza as well. He's just such a. I've only played him maybe to level 5, but he's so much fun, and the whole pulling back mechanic and the wave of healing. He just feels good to play. I never really get tired of him this far. Just a great character, and I don't know what else to say about him. His ults are cool too. Anubarak, it goes in classics. He's that unique mage which offers, no, sorry, tank that offers that anti-mage ability. He's got Cocoon. He's had different builds throughout his history with the Beetle build and all sorts of. He's also super excelling at CC. He's got 2 abilities that do CC, which not including ults. He's just a classic for me. Artanis, tempted to put him there, but he's just not as fun as a classic should be to me. He's a little bit one-dimensional, a bit of a one-trick. We'll put him in just above Alarak. I just have more fun with other bruisers, to be honest. But he's strong. Next we got Arthas. Arthas goes in. I want to put him in classics, but he just lacks that other little bit of oomph the other tanks have. He's a little weak. Maybe if he was reclassified as a bruiser, I'd put him in classics, but for now, the Lich King, the legendary Lich King, sits at great. I do have a lot of fun playing him, though. Ariel, I think, is great. We'll put her above Anna. I love her ability to resurrect. I like how she needs an engine to keep going. And her capability of doing damage as well, great. Yeah, Ariel's nice. I'm a big Cho'Gall player, so Ariel's always nice to have on my team. Azbadan, I almost have to put him in classics. He is a classic. Just, the slam dunk, the orbs. He's had different builds. He's had a history of his abilities changing slightly, his E. Yeah, you just have to put that in classics, getting dunked. Blaze, I think he's okay. I think they've kind of failed execution. I think the idea was cool, but he just doesn't have that extra bit of flavor that other tanks have. So he just goes in okay for me. Almost meh. We'll see as the tier goes on. I just love so many characters that it's hard to put them in bad and meh. Brightwing is a classic. I love her ability to teleport and heal, and I love her voice lines and polymorph. And she can also be quite skillful healer. But yeah, just a classic. Cassia goes in future classics. I'm gonna put her by Imperious. Really unique kit. I love how you need to blind and then you can do your fending. The spears are cool. I wish the spears were a little more impactful, a little more interesting. That's all I can say there. Ball Lightning is a unique ult. She still needs time to grow, but future classic. Chen, I liked old Chen way better. If we still had old Chen, slightly reworked, maybe he's a classic. But right now he's just kind of. I'm gonna put him in meh. He's one of my favorite characters, but I stopped playing him completely when they reworked him. It kind of ruined the character for me, so I'm gonna put him in meh. And I'm actually gonna put Blaze also in meh. Cho, I'm biased here because I'm a big Cho'Gall player. But it's again something that makes the game super unique. I'm gonna put him in classics, and let me just find Gall as well. No point in putting him alone. There he is, Gall. Yeah, so they go in classics for me. I know that's gonna be quite debated, but I think another unique element of the game, playing 2 heroes in one. Let's see, let me reorganize here. Chromie is she's great. Put him below Arthas. I think that maybe she's a future classic actually. She's not quite Orphea level for me, but I really like her abilities. I like that she can put people back in time. Her Q, her W, different ways to build. She's great. I like something extra though. I don't know. I have a lot of fun with her though. Deathwing is oh boy. I feel like I have to put him in goated, but he's not really in this game yet. Not goated yet. I'll put him in future classics, but at the very top of it. I love the effort they put into him. I love how he was teased for a long time. His Q ability, much damage it can do. He's just such a unique hero. No CC. I gotta put him at the top of future classics because he really will become a future classic. Deckard is one of the best executed healers in my opinion. I'm gonna put him. You know what? I feel like putting him in classics. No, future classics. He'll be with Alex Strazza, just above Chromie. There we go. He's just really unique. I like how it's an old man, but he can root people, he can slow, and he throws around the potions. And again, it just makes his game so unique. All the different mechanics. The Haka is just okay. I think. I like how he's a global and how he can regrow, but some of his abilities feel a little clunky to me. That's all I'll really say. Diablo is goated, Mr. Dibbles. He one of the first tanks in the game, and I don't know what he's just great. You know, everyone knows the feeling getting smashed into a wall and then flipped over into an apocalypse or some legendary lightning breaths. Just a super sturdy tank. Diva, we'll put her in. She's one of the better Overwatch characters. I'm gonna put her at the bottom of future classics. I think the mech idea is really cool. Well, actually, she's a little bit clunky. I'm gonna put her in just the top of great. Next we got ETC. Does anyone want to guess where ETC is gonna go? ETC is gonna be goated. When this game first came out, and all the way up till now, everyone knows what a Mosh is, and really that's one of the main reasons why he's a goat. And he's just such a fun character to play. What a great tank. Valstad is a classic, just above Azbadan for me. We could put him at the top of classics. You know, Gust. He's the real OG global as well. I love that he has so many different ways to play. You can play him in so many different ways and builds. He's one of my absolute favorites. I wish he'd do a little bit more damage. That's my only complaint there, but yeah, he's a classic. Garrosh, I want to put him in future classics. He's just such a impactful tank. Is that the right word? Unique trait. But very salty at times to play with a Garrosh, so I'm gonna put him in future classics. Then we got Gaslow. He's got to go in classics. Just the way he survived, and now he's the king of the meta, and even a little overpowered. I hope they tune him down. But I love the turrets and just his history. Just a very unique character again. Genji is gonna go. I'm sorry, guys, in bad. I'm not a big fan of some of these Overwatch characters. I feel like he could have been executed a little bit better. I don't know. He feels clunky to me. Greymane isn't even gonna go in future classics. He's just gonna go straight in classics for me. I think he can go around here. What a unique hero, you know, being able to go in, go out, and his playstyle is completely unique to him. I feel. Yeah, I'm not a big Greymane player, but I can appreciate a good Greymane. Gul'dan has already surpassed the likes of Chromie and Orphea for me. I'm gonna put him in classics. I think he's a staple mage in the game, and I love his trait. Hanzo is gonna go in future classics. Although he is a little bit clunky, I'm gonna put him just above Cassia. I'm actually gonna put Cassia in great. I don't think she's quite future classic level. And Maiev, yeah, also in great. Put her here. Just reorganizing a bit. Hanzo is just he's a playstyle that is really different. You can do damage with your auto attack, Q. They kind of feel the same, but that kind of moving around and then using your Q and then an auto attack and the dueling dragons as well. I love that ability. Straight, yeah. He's just a really feel good character to play. Like when you learning to play Hanzo just feels really good. Illidan, see, I'm a little bit biased because I love Illidan. He was the first hero I picked up. I would put him in classics, but at the moment I feel he's just meh. and it pains me to do this, but he needs he needs a rework, or the game state needs to change completely for him to work. But if there's ever a player that makes Illidan work in ranked and high levels, then I salute them, because I love the hell out of Illidan. Um, I love he would work well, and he worked well earlier in the game, but now there's just too much CC, and his character just doesn't really work anymore. Jaina, yeah, she's a classic. I'll put her above Nubrak. Actually, she's got to go above Valstad. Just classic mage in this game. You have to balance that kind of how close you can get, how much damage you can do without dying. Um, I love Ring of Frost. Pairing her with the goated tanks is great with ETC and Diablo. Pairing the ults, yeah, just all around good tank hero, and just that balance, kind of like Illidan of going in, how close you can get. Azbadan's a little bit the same. I love that mechanic. Joanna has become a classic, but she'll be at the very bottom of classic for me. Or actually, I kind of want to put her in great because she just doesn't stand out as much to me anymore. She did before, but she's gonna go at the top of great. Junkrat is a future classic, just behind Hanzo. Again, I think a pretty well executed um, Overwatch character. I love that he can, similarly to Maiev, do CC and damage. His damage potential is unique as well. You have to get a lot of riptires right, or you have to use your trade effectively to get that damage up. I think he's just a really interesting character. So much fun. Uh, Kel'Thas is an absolute goat. Um, I'll put him right behind ETC. Just everyone banning him at lower ranks and spreading bomb and pyroblast. There's just so many things you can go about this character, and I don't think I need to say much more. He can be the most fun or the most frustrating. Kel'Thas is Kel'Thas. And similarly, I'm gonna put Kel'Thuzad in classics. He'll go here. Everyone knows the feeling of getting combo womboed. In learning to play Kel'Thuzad can be some of the most rewarding experience in Heroes of Storm. Next, and we still have quite a few to go, we have Kerrigan. Kerrigan goes. I feel like she's in a similar tier with Illidan. I don't think she's. She used to be great, and now she's making a bit of a comeback, but it's clunky. It's not. It doesn't feel quite. It feels old, you know. That's what I'll say about Kerrigan. Kerrigan is a future classic. I really like that he has different paths. You can go. I like his seven-sided strike. I love the divine palm. He feels about as good as Anduin to me. Or actually, we'll put him just ahead of Deckard. Next, we have Lucio. Lucio is, we'll put him next to Anduin in a future classic. I love Lucio. Love his kind of. You always feel like his healing is really strong, but then he's a little weaker in other aspects of healing because you can't burst heal. And his ult is great. I love that kind of in team fights when sound barrier goes off, everything changes. Yeah, just future classic. Leoric, I'm a little biased because I'm a big Leoric player. But if I'm gonna be completely objective, we'll put him just ahead of Hanzo. Love Leoric. He's one of my favorite characters, and I love his Ghost Walk. But okay, if I'm completely objective, he should probably be here. But I can't put him any lower than that. I love him. He would go and goaded, but I have to kind of really think about it. And he's a little bit. I can admit he's a little bit clunky. I love the way his auto attacks work though, and that he never dies. Actually, you know what? That he never dies. He deserves to be a little higher. Come on, we'll put him here. Li Ming to me is already a classic. She goes, I'd say, just ahead of Greymane. Just the orbs and calamity and the combos and the resets. I don't think I need to say much more. Lily is, I wouldn't put her in goaded, but she's a classic. She's not as memorable as goaded characters. Yeah, I love playing Lily. I love that she can go with the damage build. Her ults are great. Just hold down Q. You know what I mean? Morales is just great. We'll put her behind Arthas. I like the single target. She struggles from the same kind of play style for problems as Anna. Not always as fun to play. Lanara is a future classic. We'll put her just ahead of Hanzo. And if you're a MOBA, long-term MOBA player, you'll know what kiting is. And she's just the ultimate kiting hero. And she has a really unique kit. She doesn't need much to do a lot of damage. Let's zoom out a bit so we can avoid scrolling. Next, we have Malfurion, which is a classic to me. He's in the same kind of area as Lily. He does white main, but better. And yeah, in my opinion, he's one of the most difficult healers to play. But I've seen some players that I just adore the way they play, and he's just learning Malfurion is so rewarding. And I know players who are level 150, level 200 with him that still don't get tired of him. Malthael. He's got to go, just ahead of Leoric. I don't play Malthael because I play Leoric. I feel like you either play one or the other. But I can appreciate his more fluid playstyle than Leoric. Medivh is a future classic. I'll put him at the bottom. I feel like he hasn't quite gotten there in the public realm yet, but I think when people realize how unique the character is, people play him more. But we're waiting for that moment, and for now, he remains at like higher level and competitive play. But I think he's a future classic. Mei, to me, she's just for some reason she just feels okay. Um, I don't think the execution feels as much as as she doesn't really feel like a classic Heroes of the Storm character to me yet. Maybe that's because she's fresh and new. But I'll put her at the top of okay. I recognize that she's quite strong though. Mephisto is great. We'll put him here. Not much to say. It sucks. I know. I'm gonna put him in Meh actually. He's okay. Just because. You know what? I'm gonna put him in bad. I don't like that he has to wait like 10 minutes between all of his bursts, and he just sits there. And I don't know. There just doesn't feel like so much potential with his abilities. Like you do damage every time in a very similar way. Although he has a cool ult and he's visually pretty stunning. Muradin is classics for me. He doesn't do enough to get goaded, but I think he's my most played character. Um, what can I say? You just you get him at the start of the game if you want to play tank, and you never regret it. And there's so much room to grow with Muradin because you can play damage Muradin, and he's just such a fun character to play. He's so simple that it's good. Murky goes in classics as well. Not quite goated, but very unique character, and I have a lot of fun with Murky. I love that you can go damage Murky, or he used to be one of the old Siege heroes, and the egg is just so unique. We'll put him in classics. Nazebo um, is great. Well, I want to put him in the top of great. I play a lot of Nazebo. He just struggles from the fact that he can't be. He needs a little bit more oomph in his talents so that he can be as effective also earlier in the game. Um, yeah, top of great. Nova, from in one aspect she's goated, and in the other she's just not as flexible as other heroes. So I'm gonna put her in meh. Okay, she's okay. Why not? Probius, I'm sorry, super pro Probius players. I've been wrecked by Probius, but I just don't feel like he's as flexible or as fun as other heroes. I'm gonna put him in bad. Gotta flesh out this tier list somehow. Kira is great. We put her just below Diva. I like her, the idea, kind of like a kill finisher. Really fun design. Yeah, she's gonna go in great. Ragnaros is at the top of great. Love the lava wave. Becoming tower. Actually, I'll put him just ahead of Medivh in future classics. A great bruiser, a little bit different. Not the best duelist. Yeah. Raynor is in classics. We'll put him just ahead of Valstad. Um, his rework was interesting, and I'm starting to like it more. But I do kind of miss old Raynor. Although that Raynor did feel clunky, but it's just nostalgia. Um, what can I say about Raynor? I don't know. He's just a classic. I don't really need to say much about him. Rhaegar is not as memorable as some of the other classics, but I have to put him in here. But Ancestral and Bloodlust and being in wolf form, I just too many good memories. Rexar, at this point, he's almost a classic. But I'm just gonna put him in great. I feel like he's too hard to learn. He's not a. I don't have a very fun time learning him. He's just a little bit busy for me. I'm gonna put him in just above Morales, I think. Saburo, really difficult to learn. I just don't have the experience to say anything more than meh. I'll put him above Blaze though. Sergeant Hammer, unique. I can't put her in classics, but I'll put her at top of great, better than Kira. Unique hero. I love playing her, but she's just not quite. And also, we've probably overrated Rag and Medivh. We'll put Medivh there, but Rag will be top of great behind Nazebo. Yeah. Sonya, to me, she's a classic because she's my second most played hero. But yeah, she's just above Rhaegar. She's a classic. She's been there since the beginning, and spin to win. Stitches goes just behind Raynor, the best hooker in the Nexus, and yeah, everyone's favorite dummy. Stukov is like Garrosh level, I think. Maybe behind Deathwing. Behind Anduin as well. Unique hero, the silence, everyone's sat in that silence for God knows how long, and the way he spreads his heals is really unique. I like that. High skill cap. Sylvanas is a classic. This might come as a bit of a surprise, but she is a classic. She's gone through many changes, turning off towers. She was one of the earlier heroes to get released, and just really fun. I think her today is. I don't really like the rework so much, to be honest. So actually, I'm just gonna put her at the top of great. Never mind. But her before were definitely classics. Tassadar. I'm one of those that like think he's completely lost his essence. He's just gone from a support to a complete assassin mage. I can't put him in classics anymore. He's just gonna have to go in great, but it's just because of the rework. What can I say? I want to put him ahead of Hammer. Put him there. Joanna. We'll put him there. Butcher is. I want to put him in goated, just because. I will put him in classics. But in a way, he's goated as well. Everyone knows that sound of you getting chased, and then you know that new player always locks Butcher first, and then you lose the game. That's a great feeling. The Lost Vikings is a classic. He's a little clunky. I think it's great. He's just a little bit clunky and a really hard hero to balance, but I think could even be a future classic. You know, he's kind of in the same tier as Medivh. I think he'll open lots of interesting team comps with time. So he'll be behind Medivh. Thrall, he hasn't really changed much since he came out. He's just great. Top of great. Doesn't get that popularity as some of these guys. Tracer goes in the top of bad. I just don't think that zipping around, like, Illidan was the original Tracer, and I think that that's more of a Heroes of Storm feel character than Tracer. I just don't think she's good for the game. Next we got Tychus, classic. I'd put him like somewhere around Raynor. He's gotten quite popular nowadays. He's got the unique percent damage. What can I say? He's got that attitude. Yeah, Raynor level. We're almost done here. Tyrael is great. We'll put him just above. I think he deserves to be around here. He just never. You know what? Actually, I take that back. He goes just behind Nova. I love Tyrael, but he just he struggles from the same kind of. He's not super flexible anymore. He's just using primarily just dive comps, and I think they should make him a bruiser. Um, Tyrande, I just love the owl build so much, and I wish they preserved it because I don't think it was. They probably should have removed the ability for the owl to do a lot of damage from close range, but keep the long range snipes. How unique is that? And for that reason, she goes now after the reworks and the removing of the OP owls. She'll go in like above Samuro here. Uther is a classic. He's unique healer. I'm gonna put him just above Greymane. His ability is solo tank now. His ults. You need to be good with mana conservation. You know, just really unique. Valeera, very clunky hero. Struggles from the same issues as some of the other ones at the bottom here. It pains me to put her. Yeah, I'll put her there. She's just not great. One trick pony. Vala is a classic, but I think she's kind of falling out of favor, to be honest. I think she deserves to be there, but I will say I think she's on a downtrend right now. Varian has become a classic, but not quite as classic as Butcher. Love his 3 different paths they can take, and that's a character that'll always change throughout the times, like what's been the meta, and great design. Zol feels really clunky to me. I don't love Zol. He gets destroyed by the bruisers as well, and his damage is so predictable. He'll go here for me. I kind of want to put him in bad, actually. At top of bad. Yrel, unique hero. Never really took off in popularity other than competitive play. Kind of like Alarak. It's hard to put her ahead of Mei, though. She'll go here. She's okay. Sigara is great. I'll put her next to Nazebo. Zarya never really took off. I like playing her, but she's a little bit one-dimensional as well. Wish they would flesh her out a little bit more. So I'm going to put her at the top of bad. Zeratul is a classic. Has to be bad in front of Cho'Gall. I'll put him here. His ability to he has a really high skill cap, and his ability to void prison, which was a classic back in the day, one of the strongest ults then. Now it feels a little overshadowed. Yeah, it's just a classic character. Love it. And Zul'jin is a future classic, just behind Deathwing. He's unique in his ults and his style of play and his trait and the way he attacks. And he's some of these newer auto attackers is the reason why I think Vala's on a downtrend. But that being said, that's my tier list. Oh, and Hogger isn't here, but he would go in great probably, or okay. I'm not sure. I haven't played him much, but he's not up here. But that being said, if you want to see more Heroes of the Storm, videos, then just let me know. If you want to see gameplay, let me know. And I hope you enjoy this tier list. And I'm looking forward to making more Blizzard content. If you wanna add me in Heroes of the Storm, or if you want to see me around, my name is Blink182. Maybe I'll give away my full user tag thing, but Blink182. I'm level over 1,000 in Heroes of the Storm. Okay, thank you for watching, and bye bye.